guys see my screen or?
No, you're not streaming yet.
No, not yet.
Well, let's change that. All right. Well, let's start with the stock search, and then we'll go from there. All right, I'm just gonna go down the list here, and then I have my I would say my screen here. Let me see if I can detach this guy as well. I could. I just didn't know how much help this would be if I detach and put it here. Let's see if I can come up with something. This screen is just a lot smaller for me. I don't know how would that work. Try and see if I can have two of them at the same time. See if I can squeeze this in somehow. Split the screen. I think all of y'all need to get 49-inch monitors. Become a 49-inch monitor group. How's that? Can you guys see this?
Yes, it looks good.
Yes.
The best
not bad.
Let me just add something here. I like it to have it sorted by the sector here. Okay. All right, so we're gonna take a look at some, see if there's any that we like. The wolf is coming up again. I think you might have reached a level where I would be interested. We gotta change this a little bit. We gotta change this bottom. Okay, so this one's coming up to a really, really good level here. I would say this is exactly what I wanted to see. Do you guys see this? It popped out of the monthly, came back on the weekly. Yeah, this is setting up for a massive run here. So I'll definitely acquire some wolf. Not sure what the quantity I will go for, but I'll definitely buy it here. I think it reached a really good level. And currently it's at 33.86, so I can live with that. $33.3. I'll probably target somewhere around 63 on this. Okay. If you guys see any names you like.
Shorty, I may have already missed it, but did you show up how to set up the actual levels to come up on Thinkorswim?
Set up what?
Like the monthly clouds for these?
If you have them, I share that with you.
Okay.
Do you have them or?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, so if you have them, right, the clouds, you just have to set them up on multiple times, right? You have the script, you would have gotten the script from me, and you would basically load it up multiple times. And then you would change the segregation period on daily. You would have one on daily, on the weekly, monthly, and then 4 hours. I have sometimes, you see here, I have 2. So you can definitely do that, and you could have it lined up here. And I'll explain the clouds here shortly after. It will take about 10 minutes.
Okay, thanks.
MKC is coming up to a level again that I really like. Unfortunately, I think we might have to go back inside of this. If you guys remember, I at least got some before, and this is a pretty good spot here. We're talking about 65 to 63 seems to be a good zone. And right now it's where 66.35. I don't know if you guys recall this one, but we bought this one somewhere around 73, targeted this. If we can get it here, we could possibly target 80 first and then 91 again. I like this company a lot. Is this the drink, the Celsius? Yeah. Oh, no interest.
So question,
Mm-hmm.
do you always only just look at the monthly, like the monthly cloud, or you also consider the quarterly and the daily?
I can search quarterly, but the monthlies have been really active in hitting just because we've had this volatility. For quarterly to hit, you need more volatility.
Okay.
Yeah, quarterlies would be pretty far on majority of these, and sometimes when you're on a monthly, your quarterly also gets compressed. But I prefer to buy on a monthly bottom, especially when you have multiple of them lined up on the bottom, right? Like in this case, you see like Celsius here, tap the monthly and complete it to the monthly and went all the way here to the monthly top, $60. So I usually look for that, right? I can change it to quarterlies, where if you change it, then you have to go here. And now you would have to, so you still get some results that are crossed. Like I know D was there. I see Verizon, for instance, right? So let's see. Verizon. See, I wouldn't buy this, for instance, right now.
Okay.
Right. I wouldn't be interested in this because it's at the quarterly bottom, but it's not necessarily where I would want it to be, if that makes sense. Let's see. Let's change this one. Yeah, see, I wouldn't be interested in this one on quarterly. So it just gives a little bit more results. I would want to buy it on the monthly and the weekly bottom here at 32.
Okay.
I already have Verizon, so.
Okay, thanks for explaining that.
Yeah. Let me just go back to this. I don't know what Walgreens been doing. Wow. I think we looked at this once, Bean. I think you actually brought it up.
Yeah, I've had that a couple times, Walgreens.
And it's at a really interesting spot. I don't have any interest to buy it because the monthly bottom is with the weekly top. There's going to be a squeeze here, but I'm not really to buy right here. Reclaim of this was the go 21, but too far. This one I looked actually the other day. This one is coming up to a really decent level, guys. Here, the monthly bottom is here, right, and the weekly bottom here. And obviously, if you guys just kind of look here, see. Like we are at a pretty good. If I was to draw an FVP here, well, I can't here, but I am pretty certain that POC is going to be somewhere in this area. So this is not a. I would say it's not a bad play for Chinese markets. So I might just throw some.
Isn't
change.
isn't that Pizza Hut, KFC,
Yeah,
and yeah, that's what I thought.
It's the Yum Yum brand, whatever. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Pizza Hut.
Mrs. Fields cookies. Yeah, they had it in Thailand. That's why I was asking. Same brand company.
Yeah, I haven't checked their financials, right? But I'm not buying this one off of financials. It'd be difficult to get rid of something like this. And when recession hits, I would think people, if recession hits, people most likely migrate from fine dining restaurants or Olive Gardens and go back to, this type of food. But I really don't mind that. I mean, it's respecting the monthly top. It completed the bullish cycle, completed the bearish cycle. So for me, typically, I'll throw some loose change in this. Hershey's really good. Oh my God. What happened? Holy crap. Wow. Is this real? Unbelievable.
Yeah, a lot of cost and profitability pressure. I've been tracking this. It's on a one-way down.
Oof, man. Yeah, I don't have any interest yet. Oh my God, they got destroyed. Yeah, I mean, this, fortunately, I have no interest to buy here. Wow. Well, I have not seen a chart like this in a very long time. I mean, it will bounce here. It'll go to 205, 210, but I'm not buying this.
You could look at
Wow.
Peloton.
Yeah, I know. So one of my friends, he's a trader, Sam. He was like, man, I want to sell my kidney and short Peloton when it was like here. And of course, he had good reasons. But look at this. If anyone played Peloton, remember we were here last time. He said we were targeting about 7, 8. Peloton was good in the bottom, but not now.
Shorty, can we, looking at JD, it actually came back to the level, the last scan you did.
Yeah. Yeah, I have JD here on the scan. We set 24/7. We set playing options May 40-45 on this. So, and right now it's sitting at the weekly and the monthly bottom here. I mean, this is perfect tap here at 24.63. I just don't know what they do. Like, is this shoes company or what the hell is
It's
it?
like a Chinese Amazon, basically.
Oh. Yeah, I'm not familiar with them. There's this volume here. You see this tiny volume here?
Yeah, like it pumped, I think 10-20% after you mentioned it, and then it just came right back.
See, I would say if we can catch it here at 24.23, that's what we said last time. Yeah, that's exactly what we said. We said 24. 24 area was good. Somebody's buying it. My day, what the hell's going on? Seems like identical setup again. I don't know. No, I might just throw like $1,000 on it, not much. But I just don't trust a lot of companies because they did some weird accounting rules on Chinese companies. They don't follow certain stuff.
Mm.
So this is the bottom DQ. I remember this one. Oof, man, this looks good. Yeah, this looks solid. Do we have this ever?
Is that a U.S. company
That's what
or
I'm trying to
Chinese?
say. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'll look into this one. Daco New Energy. I don't know if somebody's got fast hands. If you want to just look up, see if it's US based, but this looks
China based.
China. I mean, it is at a what may not have a lot of fibs on it. Guess I used to buy it. I mean, this does not look bad at all. To throw some change, but why the drop? I mean, this is a pretty good discount. I just don't know how much. I'm just gonna put $1,000 in this one.
You would choose option or just
I'd buy like $1,000 worth of shares. I mean, if I can, hold at 23, put a stop loss at 18. If I can catch any of this upside here, let's say a crazy round of $70, $80,
I see.
yeah, get 4 times the money on 1,000. That's pretty good. Okay, so this is the monthly bottom, so not a lot. Do you guys want me to run the tops, see if there's stuff that's overextended, or not sure if
Yeah, I'm
anyone has interest
curious
Yeah.
about if Amazon is on that list.
I was
Yeah,
going to ask you to look at CRM, please.
Yeah, we'll look at CRM.
CRM.
Let me just switch to scans. There we go. We'll search monthly tops. Let's see what comes up. There it goes. This is all the top CRM, Salesforce. Wow. Remember when CRM was here? Yeah, CRM is past pretty much everything right now. Yep, yeah, CRM's past all of it. Yeah, this is coming up to a quarterly top, which is pretty rare. I would personally not have, I would have zero interest to buy CRM here. Yeah, and another one that I'm watching on the side is this one, Oracle. They are taking a little bit of more market share here, but I'm not interested just yet. I'll be interested a little bit more cheaper price. If we can catch somewhere anywhere towards 86, 88, this would be the level I'm watching here. And then ideally 76, I'd buy a lot. That would be the quarterly mid with the monthly bottom. I'd definitely buy Oracle there. Yeah, right now being at 106, I have not a lot of interest in it. If you guys have any stocks for longs that you want to take a look at, you can look at it on the clouds. Another one that's, Chinese that's really interesting is this one. The problem that it has here, you guys see how it's playing with fire. If it loses this level here, it doesn't have much till 58. So I would definitely watch this, but if it opens up, the gates, it can literally fly to 120. Over 91 just flies. There won't be stopping it. Let's see. Then another one I'm particularly keen on is I like a lot of dividend stocks in my long-term portfolio as well, and I would like some gain capital. But this one here, I have zero interest to buy right here. I have some that I bought in the bottom here. If it was to come back anywhere in this area, some people that like dividend stock, I think this is a this would be a pretty good value. But right now, unfortunately, I think this is setting up for a really good short. Take a look at this volume here on 1214.
We did short it last time. I think you're putting like $300
Yeah,
for
something small. Yeah, it wasn't much, but I think we got dates on that. Got time.
yeah.
But this
We
is not bad here.
to the February.
See, this is not bad. Honestly, I think this has room to go to 54. It's just a very slow mover. Like it doesn't move much. Walmart. So it went to the weekly bottom. Right now it's headed to 165. It's also a snail. If you can catch this anywhere below 130, I mean, it's just been going. It's almost like, I don't know if you guys know McDonald's, but this is McDonald's right now. It's just been going up. Like since October, I mean, it went 240 to 300. That's pretty good, but I have no interest in buying this right here. Pep is another company, and it's almost there. So I'm watching Pep. If it can drop to 160 or so, I'll look to buy that. People like PayPal. I don't think this is a spot that I would be interested in. It's also, you see the weekly and the monthly where it's corresponding around 52. It's coming there shortly, so it might not be as. I just don't like that particular stock. Square, I did have Square. Actually, I'm up almost 65, 70%. My stop loss will be trailing stop loss will be right below this here, the dotted blue line. If they don't bounce here and target 92, I'll close it because then they can go back to 48. And I'm not willing to lose the profits in this. Let's see. Google's at the top, so Google's reaching all problems here. Oof, man. So Google is at the weekly top, quarterly top, monthly top. So yeah, Google's at some critical levels here. So if Google was to, let's say, lose 134-ish, or ideally 134, but if it was to lose this 137-ish, things start looking a little bit ugly. And you see Google here. Actually, this is where I bought it. My average was pretty good here, 88-ish or so. But this is not a bad spot. Potential some swing shorts. Twilio was on our buy list. I don't know if you guys remember, but this was on our buy list, but it's still accumulating. I think we wanted Twilio. Where was Twilio? Twilio, we said 52. 52 was our level, and I guess it came there, and then it took off. Let's see, but right now I wouldn't short this. This has room to go to 90s. MU, I like MU. Let's see what it's doing. Ooh, I don't like it that much. For a short, anything below, I would say anything below 80, this is gonna go about $14 down on the MU. I'll watch this one. This one has room, 13 points down. I wouldn't mind that. Now, while we're here, let's see if NVIDIA has even clouds at all. That's never going to come up. Oof, wow. And this is, I don't know if it was Joyce, but you see the quarterly bottom where it was? And these don't really get updated much. And you see it came a few points away from quarterly bottom and just literally took off on it. When it's at quarterly bottom like that, it's a really high chance that you're going to get a reaction. And you'll see here, for instance, on SPY. So SPY right now being at the monthly top, being at the weekly top, 463, if that's lost on SPY, it's going to 431 rather quickly. It's going to go to 447, and then it's going to hit this 431 rather quickly here. But this is a heavy. You're inside the monthly, inside the quarterly, weekly. If they can crack this, what is this, 489 with force, like with a lot of volume, yeah, kudos for them. They're going to run a lot, but this looks pretty trappy below 464, just FYI.
So would you take puts based on that?
Yes, I would take puts below 463.
60. Okay.
It's T-Mobile.
Is that TMUS or TMO?
MUS. Yes.
Okay, well, hit all the extended targets I guess I had. Yeah, so man, it is overextended. It's it's at the monthly and quarterly top. Typically I short this with eyes closed. It's a really, really big. Yeah, isn't this like all-time highs for them? Yeah.
It is.
Wow.
But would you say it's a good short? Like, should we looking at option or just stock
It's up to
shorting?
you, right? So I don't play options on this one. I don't think it's very liquid on T-Mobile, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't think they have liquidity on options. But losing 160, let's call it 161 and a half,
Mhm.
has a really good chance to run to at least 154 and then
Makes sense.
ultimately 140. Once
Yeah.
they lose this 154, man, it's just gonna open the floodgates. There's these levels here are not gonna stop them till they reach here. So first target would be like 144 and then 140, but this has a major pullback coming for it. AMAT, I think we had this one before. I don't know why I know this stock. So for instance, you see here
Yeah,
on
it's
AMAT,
already started dropping, huh?
it hit the quarterly top and it hit the, it didn't really like it. And now it's executing a really, really bearish setup on the clouds. So there's only 4 setups on the clouds that I play and it's executing one right now. Bean, do you know what this is? Does anyone know what setup
This
is
one,
it?
A bullish back. Sorry.
It's a very bearish setup.
Bearish back though.
It's a bearish money shot.
Bearish back.
Money shot.
So
Okay.
money shots occur inside, right? So they went above. They went above the cloud right here, the monthly. They come. Now they're gonna go inside the cloud here. They're gonna come and touch this cloud here, and they're gonna head right here. There's a high chance, and the safest bet is losing 146 to 132. I don't know if this is how liquid it is on options, but I am searching optionable, means that they do have options, but I don't know how liquid they are. I remember D-Dog. D-Dog was a frenzy at one point. Oh my god. Wow. So just if you don't think the clouds are pretty accurate, we tapped it here to a penny. Needs to lose 115. Somebody won at Amazon, right? Sorry. Monthly and a weekly top here. Losing 148 is pretty much a nail in the coffin for it.
Yeah.
Let me write this one down. Actually, I might play some of this. I mean, I think this has to be on the way here to first weekly bottom, and then ultimately it's gonna go here, 120, because this has been on a tear. And again, so here's, and I don't know if anyone who was in the Discord, but I did acquire Amazon here. Yeah, So let me give you guys a setup here. That does anyone see the setup that we took last time? So we peaked below the monthly bottom, we went inside, and then you reclaimed the monthly bottom. What is that? It's inside the clouds.
Bullish money shot.
Bullish money shot, right? Is anyone confused? Who's confused?
So
Can you-
is that basically a retest?
That's correct. It's a retest, but it's just called a little bit differently. So let me give you an idea. Let me show you a real cloud. And let me see, how do I detach this thing? So for instance, let me see if this works. Man, by the time I bring this one over. Okay. So here's Amazon, okay? And let me make sure I'm on the weekly cloud. We'll just switch this one to monthly. And if you guys want to just listen in, I'll explain the clouds to you guys just like as if you're 5. Okay, so if you guys look, these are Keltner channel clouds. They're basically based on average true range, and then there's a little bit of a custom code to them so they can actually function, and there's coordination with the MACDs, and there's also coordination with the clouds and the coloring of them. And you'll notice that here, you see how the cloud on the top's a little darker here versus lighter here. Now it's like a little lighter here, open on the closed on the bottom, open on the top. Do you guys see that? And sometimes you guys would probably see or hear people in Discord, there's a full send or FSD or FSU. Have you guys heard that and wonder what the hell is it?
Yeah.
Well, if you didn't, you see this full send. So this is a systematic thing, right? It's based on a series of, I would say, indicators and logic, volume, average true range, and Elliott waves that figures out, hey, what's a good level, basically a reversal level. And in this case, you see that it doesn't reprint. It does reprint, but typically when you see it, and we've seen it, in 30 minutes for swing, that's awesome. And you see it on the weekly, and you guys see it doesn't show up very often, right? It showed up once. Like it's not like it prints, right? Full send. Usually when it shows up on the weekly, you want to be paying attention to it. Clouds wise, this is the cloud, right? This will be the top of the cloud. This will be the bottom of the cloud. So when the stocks go below the cloud and they come back to revisit the cloud, this is called bearish money shot, right? Basically, they're going to come and they're going to be rejected by this cloud, especially if what being?
Cloud is closed.
It's cloud closed.
If this cloud is closed, guys,
Sorry.
this is where I like to make a lot of money. And I'll give you a scenario how it works. So you see here how I went above the cloud. You see how we peaked, we went above, we spent, and then what happened is the cloud closed here. Cloud closed, and look what they did shortly after that. They met the force. They met the cloud close on the monthly, and look, boom. And typically what you do is when you reject the monthly cloud, your first target is going to be the monthly mid, and this is that squiggly line that you guys see, like a yellow snake line in the middle. That's your first target. You can definitely trim this position, but once they lose that, your immediate target is going to be the bottom of the cloud, and it has to tap the cloud. So if you guys think about this, and you have to use ASCII candles, it has to tap the cloud. So this now went from the top to the bottom, and this is considered a completed cycle on a monthly ATR Keltner channel. So now if you look, they will have to go below this cloud, spend some time. Once they reclaim the cloud, that's called bullish money shot. So when you go from outside the cloud like you did here, and then you reclaim it, you go inside the clouds and you come back, you're targeting the middle, and then eventually you're going to target the top. And guess where we are? at the top. So now there's a scenario that's in play. And this, you guys see this little green line that's kind of following along? Okay, that's called a trend bar. As long as you're above this, you're in a healthy trend. As soon as this trend bar, turns a little bit red, like here, you're in trouble. It's going to take significant time for you to regain that and flip it to green. So in this case, if you guys see this, it's trending up, it's green. So now it's kind of do or die time from Cloud's perspective, right? I'm not saying this is holy grail, but it's pretty accurate. So there's a scenario where if they pop above here, then they come back here, what would that be called? If the bottom one is bearish backdoor, what would this one be called?
Bullish
Bullish
backdoor.
backdoor.
So this is our bullish backdoor, right? So this right here would be bullish backdoor here. Okay, and then this one right here would be bearish backdoor. Right? So far, so following everyone? So that's two scenarios on the outside of the clouds. Then you have inside the cloud, and let's see. What's bullish up at the top, backdoor, where's the bullish money shot? At the top or at the bottom?
At the bottom.
Bullish money shots are at the bottom, right? That means you reclaim the lost level. Sorry, I guess I can't spell tonight. And then a bearish money shot would be that somebody's echoing so bad. And then the bullish money shot, I'm sorry, the bearish money shot would be what? Wouldn't it be something like this, where you go above? You go above here, and then you come back, and you have to tap the cloud, and then you would be... Okay, this is driving me crazy. And you would target the bottom, and this would be the bearish money shot. Go above the clouds, hit the inside, especially if it's closed, and then you're going to target the midline and the bottom. So when I search the stocks, what I'm checking is basically I'm checking to see what is on. I'm telling the scan, please find everything that's on the monthly bottom right here. Does that make sense? Does everybody know the four setups? So it's a bullish, bullish money shot, bearish money shot, bullish backdoor, and bearish backdoor. It's literally just four setups. There's not much to it. Anyone confused? You guys there?
Yeah.
No, it makes
I
sense.
think
We're here.
I think we just did that with the NASDAQ.
So here's Pfizer. If you guys see, why did I buy? Let's say, why did I buy at 25.76? Why was this my level, desired level to go long? When they hit, I mean, I believe I was on vacation or somewhere. I don't know where I was, but when I saw the level, I just went in the app and I just clicked buy lots.
Isn't it the quarterly bottom?
It was
The quarterly cloud, which is closed.
It hit. I would say that it hit it pretty good. Yeah.
Yep.
It went 40 cents inside. And from the quarterly cloud, now they're gonna probably spend some time in here, right? Things just don't go up immediately, but I can expect to see this in short future. And Pfizer is a company that's, I would say, they're not a tiny company, right? They're a company that's heaviest pharmaceutical company that exists. And they've had a bullish, and I don't care for these indicators. I'm just telling you what my clouds and how they work. I don't necessarily use lagging indicators, but I know how to use them, right? If you look here, there's a bullish divergence here being built right now on Pfizer right now from the MACD perspective on a weekly, right? And if you go, let's see, on 4 hours, 4 hours is curling a little bit. It's in a bearish full send zone, which is kind of counter of it. And you see the full send here with the high probability. you know, we're gonna have a little chop here, so I'm not really scared for it. I'm holding this until next COVID-19 comes. So just FYI, right?
Shorty, how is QQQ on the cloud?
Let's check. Let's see, QQQ. Let me just maximize it. So it hit the monthly bottom and it hit the monthly top, and it's it just peaked above the quarterly cloud here. And man, that is yeah. Let's see if where's the yearly. Yeah, I mean it's. I haven't seen them this overextended, I would say, in a while. So you know it's gonna be free fall. So once you lose, let's say 380, you're hitting 360. You lose 355, you're hitting 330. And these levels will offer a bounce, monthly mid, just because there's going to be some imbalances in volume profile as such, like low volume nodes being protected. But ultimately, you're targeting 282, which is about $120 away. So I also have something that tells me the timing of it, that measures the time on typical, you know, I can change the years or how long it takes to complete a monthly cycle here. But you can see here that this monthly cycle started on 123 and it completed here. When did it complete? Okay, so it completed on, so it took 7 months to come back down from the bottom to the top. And that's just one instance of it, right? So if it's 7 months, you're talking about sometimes July that it typically it produces that. But typically we know that, right? Also when it's, you know, you go up so fast, you know, you tend to come down even a little faster. Just because you leave a lot of poor structure, you know, not a lot of volume. And once you start hitting, or if so many black swan events come in, you can definitely, you know, target this monthly top here. But anything below 380 gives a little bit more probability than buying puts right here. This is the level you want to see, and then target, 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 and target. Okay. So here's PFE on the multi-clouds.
So when we start breaking that level, would it be good to look for options or just SQQQ, or kind of just do both?
SQQ is leveraged, right? So I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, it's up to your you know, your own appetite and risk, but SQQ
Yeah.
is leveraged, and you see, I mean, they're fucking compressing and beating it to death, but it's at a good level.
Yeah.
So I typically, if I was to hedge or protect myself, I would definitely do QQQ options.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's just me, right? What you do is different than what I might do.
Yep.
Okay. So this is SQQ. Let's see, SCDG. I don't know what this is. Solar Edge something. Oh, it's interesting. Wow, they accumulated here for a very long time on this. I mean, this is this American? Do you know, Bert? If
I think it's
American,
Israeli.
Israeli.
That's the headquarters.
It's at a very interesting level, though. I mean, this was at $300. It hit the monthly, completed it here. If you're gonna buy here anywhere close 72, you got to be ready for 58. That's the quarterly bottom, and obviously they came here to the quarterly top and didn't like it much. And you guys see here, quarterlies don't adjust much. So it's not a bad level. I would just have to look at this company a little bit just so I see a little bit of their financials. I don't know if I'm sold on the whole solar thing yet. Maybe I'm just an old soul. And if you have some financials or you've done some research, Bert, you can definitely post it.
Could we see where Lucid is on the clouds?
Yeah, but do you know the ticker? I don't know what that is.
LCID.
Is this a Chinese company?
They do
No, it's
cars like
right?
Rivian.
It's a US company.
Somebody sold a crap shitload of shares here.
Well, they're not profitable yet.
Do they make cars?
Yeah, they're like Tesla,
Yeah.
but they're not profitable yet.
And they only make premium cars, like $80,000 starting price.
I honestly think that's gonna be the price for electric. I was looking at BMW i5 today. I was driving with the kiddos and the wife. It's a very good looking car. I like what BMW did is that they kept the look and feel of a BMW, but the engine changed, right? And a lot of people that like BMW are not gonna go away from BMW, I would say. So I think this market's oversaturated, and I know I'm going on a tangent here, but I think electric car market's oversaturated right now. So buying these is a high risk, high reward, because if somebody was, what technology does Lucid have that BMW doesn't?
Nothing like that.
And that's what I want, right? When I look for for some of these bangers, right? If I can catch this, is there a chance that I can put $1,000 here and catch it to 571?
I
Yeah,
think
but
Lucid's claim to fame was the fact that one of their chief engineers from Tesla started this.
I don't care for individuals, but that's okay.
No, I'm just saying that's all
Yeah.
their claim to fame is.
I just want to see how many. Man, they delivered 6,000 cars. I mean, I understand Tesla started that as well, but they have to have something different. Is there a range like 1,000 miles? Like that's something that I would look for. I mean, you can definitely at this level, right? It's below a lot of levels. So anything 227, if you can catch it at the bottom here, that'd be great. But I just don't like to buy stuff for long term when it looks like this. And it might be, oh, you're gonna miss. At my point in life, at my risk, at my age, I'm not looking to put $100,000 in something like this, and then it goes in half. Then I'm at $50,000. So that's my point, right? I think it's at a really, really good level if you've done your research and understand something that I might not. Weekly bottom, monthly bottom, that's what I look for. I look for the cross of weeklies and monthlies. Is this going to get a bounce to about 571? I would say yes. Can you, swallow that you might have a hit from 2.3 to 227? You should, right? And then when you look at it on like just the volume profile, I mean, LSCID. I mean, it just looks horrific. Like, yeah. So, yeah. And they have earnings coming up here. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a bad, throw some change at it, but it's not something I'll be like, I wouldn't be an early investor in this myself.
That makes sense. Thank you.
I like
Are
to
we-
buy good companies at a good discount. That's how I build my portfolio. I like to buy, if I get Pfizer cheap, I got, AT&T, I got this one fairly cheap. I think I sniped the bottom on this. I really think I sniped the bottom of this. So now you see if I can catch this, let it go to 20, I wouldn't necessarily sell it just because I have quite a bit of stock, but the dividends are actually really good on it, right? So that's why how I build my portfolio and how I run the stock scan. Doesn't mean you guys, if you're younger, let's say you're in your 25s, that it doesn't make sense that you take some risk somewhere where you see. There's also another company, I don't know the ticker, Polestar. Let's see, maybe it's this. No, it's not it.
Is it
I don't know.
PLTR?
No, that's
Or-
something else. They do government.
Palantir.
That's Palantir. Never mind.
Yeah.
Polestar
there's
is the EV company, right?
Yeah, but they're public. I don't know their ticker. Like if I was to buy a company, it would be that one. Let's see.
I believe that's a Chinese EV company.
It's PSNY.
Owned by Volvo. Polestar.
I thought that was British, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, it's Volvo's EV arm.
Man, is this company? Holy shit! It's at 22. It's at $1. Wow. See, something's off here. Something's really, really off
Yeah,
here.
it's a Swedish electric brand.
Okay, let me see something. Polestar. Because in Europe, they're selling like hotcakes.
Yeah, so basically their mother company, it's fully like 100% share acquired by a Chinese company. So in a sense that it's a Chinese company.
So, I mean, they're growing at 30% year over year. They're targeting to sell 60,000 cars, which, okay, I don't believe that, but. So Volvo owns 49.5% of Polestar. And I think Volvo is owned by a Chinese company. I think that's how it's structured, but I don't know. All that car manufacturing stuff is intertangled somehow. But if you're to ask me, would I put my $1,000 between Polestar and Lucid? I would put it here personally. And I probably will. I'll put some money in this one. Let's see how much. Okay, let's see what else we had in chat.
Shorty, can we take a look at ticker Billy, BILI?
Yeah, is this gas?
It's like a streaming Chinese streaming website.
I mean, it has room to drop here, but this is typically where they're gonna bounce one more time to 13, so it's 30%. But patience pays at 8.9.
I think 9 is also their historical low price if you like zoom out, and then I do a volume profile on it. It's a very good level.
Yep, 823 is the lowest. So that would be 9 would be I would say decent purchase because that would also be monthly bottom on the Billy. Let's see. Let's check JS. Hasbro, what's this? What the hell do these people do?
Are you serious?
Is this
You're
gas?
joking. Hasbro?
Is this oil?
They make Barbies and such? The toy company?
I have no
Oh.
idea.
Hasbro. Yeah, it's like a gaming. They made board games and all sorts of stuff, toys.
Oh, somebody's buying this like it's a penny stock. This is actually a really good setup. You guys see it? So it bounced at the monthly bottom. Now I reclaimed the monthly bottom, reclaimed the weekly. This is ready to rocket to about 60. So you're saying it's stable?
I don't know what its current thing, but they've been in business for years and years. Long
Oh,
time.
they pay dividends too. Wow. 70 cents dividends. Wow. Never heard of it. Oh, hold on. Is this the one that produces the green trucks, the cars? Hold on. I think my kid has them.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if your kid has a Hasbro toy.
Oh
Some toys
yeah.
from
Yeah,
Hasbro.
he has this. Oh, they're a monopoly, dude. They own everything. Yeah.
I think they literally own Monopoly too.
That'd be funny. Yeah, they are huge, man. Let's see. Has brands? Sorry, guys. I like to at least take a peek. What did they own?
And you pull out the list, it's nearly as low as
Oh
it
my
was
God.
on COVID
Wow.
on the COVID dump in 2020.
So, hold on. Is this real? So these people are.
I don't think that's Hasbro.
That's not. Yeah, that's somebody
That's
else.
Yeah.
I think it's Hasbro Brothers.
Oh, would this be it?
Yeah, that's it.
Yes, that's
They own Ouija boards. Better be careful.
Oh
it.
man, they own quite a bit. I know about PJ Masks. I know about Peppa Pig. If you don't have kids, I promise you will know about it soon. Yeah. All right. I like their dividends, dude. 70 cents. That's. Oh man, but they have a little bit to go. They're gonna bounce here, but they have a little bit to go. Fuck. How did you find this one, man? I didn't even know they're public. I didn't even know they existed. Yeah, man, but their dividends so good. 70 cents per share. Pretty freaking good.
Is that quarterly?
Yeah, man, their dividend yields about 6%. All right, well, this one's going on the list. If I don't get it, I'm just gonna monitor this one because I've never heard of it. Really like this one. Thanks for bringing it up. I mean, it's at a level where it's gonna bounce. It's gonna go to 60. So
You should take a look at the multi-year, like 20 years chart on this sucker.
That's online. Sorry.
Sorry, it has a weekly full send too.
dude, this. I mean, yeah, this is.
See what I mean?
Oh man, GRGRNC, man, you found a gem.
Look how it dropped in 2020 for the
This is at
COVID dump.
quarter.
It's
This is
nearly
at
at the bottom there.
I have to buy this. Yeah, this is such a good quarterly and a monthly bottom.
As of 2020, 80% of their shares were held by large financial institutions. That's what it says online.
Somebody said it had the weekly full send up.
Yeah, it has a weekly full send up.
Oof, man, and a bullish divergence.
Yeah, and a bullish diamond.
All right, well, I think I will Buy some of this. I'll need to shift portfolio for this one.
And things that pays dividends, most likely you're gonna get shares, right?
Yeah. No, so the whole scan list, I focus mainly on shares, and then if I find something that's like Tesla when we found it, right? When I find something that's really good and obvious on options and I buy time, I would say, I'm not saying 9 out of 10 times, there's a high chance it plays. It does have like stop losses, but they tend to play out. So I typically look for shares and then look for options when I see something that I don't want to own, right? If I don't want to buy, for instance, Amazon, I have shares, I have some left. I would look to short it with options, right? I wouldn't short with shares. You can definitely short shares, but you better have quite a bit of cash lined up.
Thank you.
I like this one. Thanks for bringing this one up. And man, I really like dividends. I'm gonna get in probably on tomorrow. I'm gonna buy this tomorrow. This is going to $62 shortly. So for me, I mean, and I probably wouldn't sell it there, but you're talking about what? Like 20%. I think that's pretty good for me. I'll take 20% of shares. But this has good dividends. I like dividends quite a bit. So, all right. Well, thank you for bringing it up. Anyone has gems like that, that's great.
How is Tesla?
Tesla's going to 196. Did you guys forget our chart from Tesla? You guys did. See, you did. See, I'll bring up Tesla here on the chart. All right, so I didn't touch Tesla chart actually for a long time for the purpose of this, and it's always here on this one side. Do you guys remember this beautiful drawing? When I explained that we were at the POC, we bounced. Remember, we got calls here. Some of us did at 194-ish. And they went about 500%. And then we said that they're going to peak above this POC. And did they peak? Then they're going to come under. Then they're going to hit this. And they're headed here. They're going to bounce somewhere here. But ultimately, they have to hit this. That makes sense. And then on clouds, look where they are. They're right at the monthly mid. This is their bounce level. This is where they have to bounce now. So if you look at the weekly, they're at the monthly mid. So reclaim of, let's say here, as long as they hold 225.39, and I think they had bad news, or not bad news, but I think Elon Musk tweeted that I don't think he wants to produce products unless his ownership is at 25%, which means that he wants a new package, right, from the board to approve more shares for him, which would in a way dilute or whatever how they issue the stock. But he's looking for a better package, right? So I think ideally if they crack to 205 like this area, I don't think it's a bad buy. This would be the weekly bottom and a quarterly mid here. This is the area where they're gonna bounce, and this is the area where people are gonna enter short. And I wouldn't enter short there. If it was to come to 140, that's a pretty good share purchase. But if he's saying that he's not gonna produce products under Tesla, does that make Tesla an AI company or just a car company?
Car company.
Then it should be valued as a car company, right?
Yeah.
Why would I pay for evaluation of some AI when you as a CEO is telling me you're not going to put other products into it? So I think it's a game for the stock to become a little cheaper. I think Elon crossed some people off with comments recently, and I think he's doing favors now. But that's just my opinion. Okay. What else do you guys have? SC and Baidu. Let's see. I remember SC. I forgot what that was. Oh man, wow, 370. Dude. That is insane. That is. I mean, it's just been barcoding here since September. Is this Chinese as well?
I think it's a Singapore shopping company.
I mean, it's at a really good level. I mean, look at this. Somebody's. Look at the volume here. They're not selling it. Switch to regular candle so you can see a little bit of price action. So highest kind of volume on the smallest body here. A hammer print. Yeah, somebody's buying this. I just don't know what they do. If somebody has it, that's fine. Well, I'll do due diligence for myself, but this looks
It's a gaming company out of Singapore.
gaming.
Yeah.
What games do they produce?
I had to check. I'm sorry.
Is it like video games or is it like
Yeah,
gambling
it's a video game.
equipment?
No,
Oh,
no,
okay.
it was a video game. Like I used to play this like during those peaks.
I mean, anything between 32 and 30, I might stab on it. We'll just have to look at the profits. Let's see if they're growing.
Big challenge on gaming companies is if that they'll come out with a hot game, and unless they can come out with another good game, the companies fold frequently.
Yeah. Wasn't
But
there?
but
What's
then
the other
there's
game?
some companies that they constantly come out, like the guys who do Red Dead Redemption and Grand Theft Auto. Those guys keep coming out with good games. I forgot
This
what
is the
their
one that I
name.
watched. I don't know what they make. They make some kind of games. I didn't get it, but this was somebody. Do you guys see the volume here? Phew. Somebody literally just
Oh yeah,
gave.
Take Two Interactive. I think that's the guys who do Grand Theft Auto and all the other stuff, if I'm remembering correctly. If that's who it is, these guys are good. They come out with good stuff all the time.
Do you see the volume on this candle right here? I wouldn't go
That
against
kind of
this.
happens in gaming industry when they come out with a new game. And like the day they come out with it, they'll get these massive volume spikes. And if it's successful, it continues to go up. Otherwise, it kind of fall back.
And look at this monthly bottom, quarterly bottoms. That's why I like that has. It's right here. Look at the run this has had. So this is right in the monthly. It did everything as it should. So it bounced here, right where that's what I scanned for. Then it reclaimed the monthly mid and it came back to it perfectly. And now it's here. I don't think they're gonna break it, but if they do, they're gonna target 195.
One of the things for them, if these guys are Grand Theft Auto 6 is about to be released. Coming up. So
I just looked at it. They are the ones Grand Theft.
Yeah, so that's probably what's going to cause this thing to pump. As soon as Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, that'll fly up.
I don't know what that game is, but it sounds like it's selling. Baidu's Chinese, I believe.
Chinese Google.
Is the Chinese Google, you said?
Yeah. They do search engine stuff. And then they tap into AI and the EV, by the hype.
Yeah, Baidu is going to 86. I mean, I'd like to buy there. See. Okay, I'll take I wouldn't mind buying some of it. I really don't have any exposure to Chinese companies. I have Baba, but not a lot. This here 86, I think it might not be bad. If it was to hit 57, and weirdly enough, Baba also has 57. So if they're to hit 57, I think that'd be a pretty good level.
Can we also take a look at NIO?
Which one?
NIO.
That's a car company. I remember this. Okay, I have some zone that I've been watching at 5.7. See if it has enough data. It does. It's going to 667 this week. It's gonna bounce at 667. Yeah, it's yeah, it might go at 704 and they'll have buyers, but I wouldn't mind. Again, I don't buy a lot of Chinese, but if this was to go here with the monthly and the weekly bottom and this level at 5.7, not a bad. I thought this was like a lot higher at one point than 16 bucks. Oh, yeah, it was. Yeah. Yeah, Akila. So I like to get capital gains after a year. And this is not advice, right? It's just that I like to pay a little bit less taxes when I hold over a year on the longer period. And then I do like to get capital gains on individual stocks versus owning an ETF that I would say it does not offer that much room on the capital side. So the way I play, just transparency, if I was to buy AT&T, well, I did. Let's say I buy AT&T here at the monthly bottom. If I'm able to sell, let's say AT&T's been in the top range for a while here, right? So if I'm able to, let's say, sell AT&T at $26 and my average was somewhere around 14, a little bit below, I believe. If it's below 14, I can sell it at 26. That's almost 100% on the capital, right? So if I can sell it there and then be patient again and save that cash that I made from that sell, dividends, and purchase this back at a discount, whether it's 17 or even higher average than what I had, I wouldn't expect to time this multiple times. But let's say I'm able to catch it at 17. Now all the capital gains that I got from that stock, like all the gains I had, plus the dividends I had, I would use that money to buy AT&T at 17. And then I would have much larger, right, number of shares because I had capital gains and the dividends. I would sell that and I'll be able to afford more shares based on the same purchase. And then I keep that wheel going for that particular stock. And it takes years to get into these cycles of a stock. But once you get into a cycle of a good company at a discount, and think about it, O'Neill, when you think about Warren Buffett, they're really good at that stuff. Warren Buffett's known for, give me the cigarette puffs, the leftover of cigarettes, sell them to me cheap, and I'll make them look like cigarettes, and I'll sell it to you more, right? That's how he grew his business. I'm not saying that Warren Buffett, but that's how I treat my portfolio. When people don't want it at a price, and if it hits some of the criteria that I have, I look to buy it, and then I'll sell it for capital gains only after a year, though. If this was to, let's say, go, 2025, this goes to here, oh, I sell it. I sell it. Is there a chance that I might miss like additional, $5 or $10 a share? Yeah, of course. But I'm not willing to buy anything in my portfolio at the tops. Like here, when people are buying, you're hoping that there's other buyers. Here, I'm hoping there's no more buyers than me because I want to get filled, right? So that's the idea for me. I like to buy stuff and I'll sell it after a year, but not before when it's a long-term purchase like the scans I run now. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay. Any other stocks anyone has? So I don't think this list is very hot. So this is what we have from the shares perspective, right? So this is the list here. So excluding these options that you have here, if I was to target any, like, let's say really good ones, I would say I'm definitely buying this tomorrow. I'll buy this. I'm gonna buy this one. This one's not ready. This one's not ready. I'll buy this, but I'm only gonna put a small piece of money in that. I like this one. I'll probably sell some stuff, right, from the portfolio that's ready to go, and I'll probably look to scale in a little bit, but I do like that one. And on these SE, I have to check, right, see how they're growing, but I wouldn't mind getting a little bit cheaper there. This one is not bad, if I want to put some gamble money in there. I mean, all of it's gamble, but this is just a little bit risky for me. This one is not bad. I don't think this is a really good hold. So I'm probably gonna go back in. Actually, this would be below my average what I paid for. I think last year. I think we got it at $72 last year. At least I did. And then it ran to like 90 something. So I don't mind buying this. Do you guys know what this is? Does anyone know what this is?
Was that McCormick?
Yeah, this is a huge company, guys. You eat it, you smell it every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, this.
That had a nice move last time.
Oh my
that
God,
you did
yeah.
the thing.
Yeah. So this is all it has. I mean, I don't know. You guys can do your research, right? But they, yeah, they own
And
a
all
lot.
the spices. Yeah.
Every single spice that you have is also owned by them. So, and yeah, they're not gonna be away on that cheap price for a while. So, and you can, anytime I don't know if you guys know, but you can read the 10K reports from them, right? So this is how their, product sales are broken down. You can kind of do a little bit of research on them. I've done mine. They should have a 10K report out now.
Shorty, on a slightly different note, would you just assume that you would take Friday's
Yeah.
chart
Yeah,
and just go off that for today? Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna care for it today. Okay, unless you guys have questions, I think that'll be it for stocks. I'll share the link for newer people. Basically, what I do is I'll post and I highlighted the ones that I'm really interested. And I'm gonna look tomorrow for the Haas. I have to, if I don't get a good quantity tomorrow, I have to sell some. So I have to look at my own portfolio. See, probably gonna be Square that I offload. I have a little bit of Square left, and then I have Zscaler, which I think it's stopping here. So I'm gonna look to offload more of that. And Zscaler was also part of that. You guys remember part of that list? You guys remember Zscaler? This one?
We bought around 100 plus.
Yeah, our entry was here. It's at 230, so about 130% on shares, and that would be, we're approaching a level right here that's gonna be, it's gonna be a problematic for it, right? And I know, cybersecurity is just gonna get started, and that's why me personally, I've been buying some of this company here, Sentinel-1. I have maybe a majority owner. I don't know. I need to check my filings on this. This is. They're kind of like on the AI side, but I think this is ready to pop. And I have quite a bit of shares. So we'll see how that goes. Okay. All right, with that being said, I think we'll switch to see what we got here. For all the people that didn't make money shorting at noon today.
That's a joke, Shorty.
I just put an order. I didn't really think I was going to get filled. All right, let me zoom out of this. Let me go on ES. All right, well, let's start the show. Let's look at this. Like this guy. All right, so on the weekly, we'll make this a little bit more interactive. What are you seeing that should catch your eyes immediately here?
Shape profile on the weekly.
Yeah, still POC.
If you're a bull and you want to be bullish, what's the level you have to crack for you?
Two previous area high.
Area high. At least. We're still inside the value area.
So in terms of value, right, we opened the year here. Yeah, I would say a little bit of liquidation from here, and then you reclaimed it, you popped on a P shape. And I would say we anticipated the short cover rally because we talked about it, I believe, a day before. We didn't anticipate the size of the short cover rally, but we did anticipate that we are going to have certain move there. So now when you think about it, you know, you attempted for a couple of days now, and we'll just turn on SVP here for a moment. For all the new B pool, SVP is just a day-to-day profile daily session. And we'll go in 30 minutes so you guys can see it. You'll see the weekly and then you'll see, you know, the daily. If you look at this weekly profile and this value area high, what do you notice about the price action and how is the price being accepted? Everything is about price, whether it's accepted or not. So when you look at this, if this is my value area high, think about it. The level is being set up as an extreme of the value on the top side. And anytime you came to it multiple times, they said, man, there's no value here. You guys agree?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So if you want to be a bull, you need to build value above it. You need to crack above it and you cannot look back. And I know, like here, if you guys just put a level, this 41.75 was an overnight high, which was somewhere here, right? Overnight high that was never tapped. So they tapped that level overnight, what, 3-4 weeks ago, right? 3 weeks ago on a good, 1, 2, 3. And they never came back for a visit. That's really unusual, in my opinion, right? And you hit that in a really low period of trading. And then you look at the candles that came there, right? Short candles, you know, volume shit. And then you sold off from there and you never been able to clear that poor high. That's not good. Like, how come you can't come and finish that auction there? So they're struggling to resolve it. So we really need them. If they're to clear this 48.23 now after spending a week with the higher values, right? The value shifted here properly. There's a gap in between them. So that means the trend is healthy between these two. But now the way we are starting this one, right? We need to hold this level at the bottom. Otherwise, what happens?
We fall into the
So-
more than likely we fall into the other zone.
Yeah.
Then more than likely you're gonna be targeting. So if you guys look here, just keep your eyes peeled. You see that this zone here is also value area low, and this one is value area high. So if you want to become really bearish, what's your level? Here, I zoomed out so you can see the whole thing.
71.5. What you just
71.5.
marked. Yeah.
Exactly. And look at this now. So on this week, you had a really good, I would say, I don't know, I think this is FMOC, December 13th, if I remember the date. I'm horrible with dates, by the way. I think this is FMOC, and we had this huge spike. And look what happened. Every time we came to FMOC, they came and they defended it with the higher lows here, higher lows, and now, right, they're struggling. So if they're able to lose this POC, 40, 70, 71, right? Let's call it 70 for the purpose of this. You know, they have this little value area low that's super tight value, but ultimately they're going to have to come back here, 4,700, and be like, hey, do you guys still seek value? Do you still believe that there's value here? And if there's value, we're going to see a nice little bounce like we did here. And this happened, I don't know if you guys remember, this happened recently when we expected. Do you guys remember this? When we drew this zone and we said that there's a high chance we're going to bounce here.
Yep.
It was
It
like
was
a
47.75
value
at
area
that time.
high. It was I think the value area high was at 46 for the day or something like that. And we're like, wow, I completed the 80% rule from that one in a day. This was done, right? So now they're most likely going to test that to make sure, you know, hey, are you guys still there? So the idea for tomorrow is, well, overnight, if they can come back to this level right here, and let's say that we catch a bounce, and ideally for bulls, they could do this. Trap, reclaim, and you would target this POC here. This one right here would be your target. So if they trap people here and they regain this level, do not short. They're going to run it. They're going to run it to POC. So that would be 14, that would be 30 points. Watch for this trap tomorrow. High chance they're going to do it. On the bullish side, what could the trap be on the top side?
Popping over 23 and then failing.
Yeah, exactly. If they pop over 23 and they fail, would I go all in on the short side?
Oh,
I don't know.
probably a 10 pack.
No, I would not go a 10 pack, but I would definitely watch this 14. And if you guys remember, this 14 level was fairly important for us because also it was here. This is 14. Do you guys remember this? I talked about it today briefly when we traded live. This was the level we had before as a cumulative for a couple of weeks. I would think right now it's even, you know, more justified right now that it's at 12. So you have, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, 5 weeks. I can include even this fella here and see what happens and look. So now look at this. I'll hide this for a moment. The question you got to ask yourself, what's the shape that we got here that we're in now? And what is the path of least resistance?
Double distribution and down.
That's correct.
Right.
So the path of least resistance is down. So obviously if they regain this 12, am I going to be looking to short everything above here? No. If we reclaim this 12, my sentiment for bull bear changes a little bit more to bullish. But if they reclaim it with a candle like this, no. I need you to reclaim it with a candle like this, but just flip it. I need it to be full black candle up, right? I don't need to see tiny candles and I want it to go up and show me that you're accepting price higher, right? Give me volume, give me acceptance higher. Right now, you're not accepting it higher much. Right now, this is where a lot of people that trade, I don't know, supply, demand, whatever the hell they want to call it. What do you think they're doing right here? They're buying. They're buying everything they can buy right here, right? So I would definitely watch right here that, you know, if they fail here, there's a high chance they'll continue, especially if the Tesla news materialize, right? I think it could cause a spike and that would be the ultimate level. You'll have the 86, which was previous week value area low. I should probably mark those so you guys can have it.
Yeah, 86.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And this is an interesting level now here. Previous week POC and cumulative POC sitting 3.5 points apart, right? 2.5. So this would be an interesting area to see if they bring it back up. I'll potentially take a short there. And that's also where we struggled, I believe, on, wasn't it Friday? I thought it was Friday. Friday where we struggled at 13 at some point. I thought it was. Maybe I'm an NQ, but 13 on something, we struggled. And here they're defending this. So on the weekly, you know, we're in balance, right? Right now we're out of balance first day, right? Monday, overnight session. But right now you're in balance, meaning you're inside the value area here. You're still framing up, right? And then you see that the weekly low is all the way here, right? So in order to stop the framing for the bears, right, they need to clean this up. They will need to crack 47.15 and close below it if they want to reverse it. So now you have to do the same thing on a daily, right? So if you go on a daily and you go on 30 minutes, you're gonna see what's kind of happening here is, so we can, utilize this here Monday at all. So Friday we are outside, right? We are in imbalance. So I would say most likely they're gonna target to hit this here right before we finish this class or watch list. They're gonna hit 95.75. Yeah, they're headed to 95.75. I don't see a reason why they're not gonna go to 86. They're gonna definitely sweep here the liquidity. What's this? 91. They're gonna come for this, right? And they're ultimately gonna go to 86. So if they come to 86, lose it, high chance they're gonna sweep this. This is just disgusting overlaps here. And this is gonna be choppy. Yeah, I wouldn't even put any daily levels here, guys. Just my few cents. I wouldn't put any. I think this would be 802 would be good bullish sign that they're gonna go to 11. If they reclaim this, they can go to 11. So, but I'm not gonna mark this. I want to enjoy a little bit more points for myself if I do trade this.
Walker's talking tomorrow. Is he bearish or bullish typically?
Barker?
Walker.
Oh, Walker. He's bullish.
Okay.
But I think he lost the voting rights. I don't, maybe check on that, but I think he lost the voting rights. And the 50% is at 47.71. So I'll definitely watch that level there. I would watch this to come here, and then if they lose that 71, things really turn upside down for the market, in my opinion. Well, let's see. First exit 46.63. Yeah, they're gonna have to visit 45.66 probably here. 47.44 is about area high of this run up. Everybody's else TPO like this slow or just mine? So the trading view doesn't even count today's session at all. Let's say low. Oh, I remember now. I remember this access here. If they lose this here, man, they're really in trouble. So they fix this here. So we'll have a little bit to fix here, bad. If you guys know, these dotted lines are all my single prints that I care for. They're going to be going to 88 and 86 here shortly. Ultimately, I wouldn't mind if they went to 71 here. But I think this will be a decent bounce here. 86, this level here is going to be a decent bounce, in my opinion. Definitely watch this tonight. See what this market doing actually. Oh, they just lost that level. Oh, they're gonna do a small bounce. Right here. They're gonna do a bounce right here. Probably go mid to here and then look for down. They should be tapping this here shortly. At least 91 should be tapped. Okay. So my bullishness, if they want to run tonight, they have to reclaim 4803. So they will have to run from here to here. First instinct as we approach this level here, that you guys see right here, would be to short. For me at least, I'm gonna look to short somewhere around this area. If they do reclaim this level right here, I would watch for them to run it to this level right here. This would be the critical point. If they're able to hold and build value above 23 and a quarter, seems like that they're most likely targeting this level. So you're looking for something like this to go, and this would actually be more steep. It would be more aggressive buyers coming in and driving this price higher. Okay. As of right now, I'm still leaning a little bit more bearish until we arrive. They're going to clean this liquidity here. Ideally, they clean the liquidity here, and the trap is set here, meaning they peak, reclaim, and then we go long. You're targeting catch 14, but ultimately, this could go here. I know I drew a lot, but does this make sense to everyone? So I'm bearish as of right now, just because of the way we are. Reclaim of this 803, target 11. If they go below, they clean up the liquidity. You can definitely expect some buying to happen here at 86.25. Losing 86.25, you're expecting 71.69. Okay, these be the scenarios that I play. If they come here and they regain this is not a bad short. Stop loss somewhere right above, and then you're looking to catch this right here. It just depends where we open right now. I would not use today's session for any of it, any of the analysis. Okay. Any questions?
We are already below 4,800.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, they're heading to 91 and a half. They're gonna push to 802 and a quarter. They're gonna do everything they can right now to reclaim it. So if you look here, if you zoom in a little bit and go, let's say 5 minutes. Oh man, these lines are just gonna take over my chart. Okay. If you go, for instance, on 5 minutes, just look at the price action, what they're doing. So they had a pretty good sell-off here, right? Then this guy came back. You see this right here. Really good candle, imbalanced candle. Then he comes back and they came back to his level. Look at this. Again, he sells off another wide candle. Then they tried to reclaim it, but this is the accumulation that caused this right here. So if I was to take this, let's say, extend it. Okay, it's not extending. And look at the POC, for instance. I'm just giving you analysis of what I see, right? You see that they rejected right to it. This is the accumulation that caused this imbalance. The imbalance just doesn't happen, randomly. So now, if they can't reclaim this level here tonight, the seller here is pretty active. And you see that this guy seems to be pretty adamant on these accumulations because they follow. They're following, right? And, they had one more here. So now they're putting in, they're kind of consolidating here, right? So if this is the bigger consolidation, if they come here again, is this guy going to sell right here? If they reclaim this access low, then I'm targeting this. If they're not able to hold this, let's say right now, they're targeting this and this overnight. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That second circle on down, the top of that one is that's retesting the value low of Friday.
Yeah.
Right at the bottom.
I don't even trust Friday value area low for some reason. It just looks, it was narrow. It was very narrow. And it seems like everybody was off. So if you look here, this is your Fridays, right? Yeah, look at the value area here. I mean, it's pretty tight.
Yeah.
We're gonna go down 8 points, looks like.
Think we'll have a trend day tomorrow, the way it is, because we had such tight range here, or
if they lose this tomorrow quick, let's say that the market opens and we have aggressive sellers coming in. As long as they don't stall here, they cannot slow down right here when they get here. If they don't slow down here, I personally think you can hit 54.42 by Wednesday. Wednesday afternoon, you can be here. Well, we've had crazy days where we had 50, 60 points on ES, right? So
yeah.
It could be tomorrow for all I care, right? It just depends how aggressive. Because right here, this is your POC now. Because if I was to draw this, look right here, it's 54 will be a double distribution of this right here. Even if you do this, it's going to be pretty sporadic at that level. I would think they're going to come back right here. Somewhere around here. They're going to be targeting this bottom. This is going to be painful here, guys. This is going to be a painful price action. Hopefully they do it overnight. It would work in our favor to do it overnight. This right here. I'm pretty sure they're 91, 95 and 91 here before, say, 1:15 a.m. All right, guys. Well, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. And I made quite a bit of money here. Shorting at Q. I left in the order right before I left, before they closed the market, and boom. But so I won't be playing much size tomorrow.
Thank you, Shorty. Have a good
Thank you,
night.
Shorty.
Well, one more
Thanks,
stock.
Shorty.
Somebody wants
Thank you,
to
Shorty.
check this one here. PANW. What is this one? Poof. What in the world? What in the world is this? My God. They just went 100%. Oh my God. You see the monthly backdoor here, guys? This is a fucking good monthly backdoor. Go above, came back to a penny, and yeah, this has a lot more room to go, man.
So this is cybersecurity.
Man, if it cracks 334 tomorrow, it's going to 388 very soon. Yeah, this is, I don't know what this is, but if it's cybersecurity, they know something. That's a massive green candle there on the back door. Wow. I've heard of the company, I've never acquired it. Yeah, I think it's going 388, 417 or so. Because they just accumulated here, if you look. They accumulated here for a long period of time. So they had an accumulation here. After they accumulated here, they didn't really pop, I would say. They accumulated here and then they got into an overlapping zone. Right, and now this is the result of all of this. Yeah, I think they went higher. I wouldn't look to short this. At least not yet. They would need to lose quite a bit of money for me to short it. I don't care for the tops. All right, guys. Well, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Hopefully you guys had a good day and learned something, and try to make some more money tomorrow.
Thank you, Shorty.
See you guys.
Thanks, Shorty.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.